Hi friends, so many people ask me about my vocal warm-up strategy, and I've done some other videos with it, but I just want to do another one of how I warm up in the morning for really anytime I know I'm going to be talking or singing. So I'm a big proponent of straw phonation, and it's not just something that I found on my own. It's something that my voice specialist and therapist has talked with me about, and she actually recommended the coffee stirrer straws. And I know like straws and plastic and bad for the environment. So yeah, don't like message me about that. I get it. But the biggest thing I do is I use 2 of the small coffee stirrer straws. And one of the things I love most about this is I pull my tongue forward when I do this. So you can do it this way, or you can stick your tongue out. And the thing I like about sticking my tongue out when I do this is that it helps me pull the tongue forward and release tension back in here with the tongue. So I have a tuning fork here because I'm just a nerd like that in the best way possible. So sometimes I'll take this tuning fork and that's all my, oh, that's about an A. Don't send me a message if I'm flat or whatever. Here we go. So I'll just start at that A and I'll just hum down. Now, a couple things when you're doing that, and things that I'm always called on, is 1, humming too hard. So, for example, and you don't have to do that. You can just, this will simply suffice. And the other thing that I'm really guilty and bad about doing is not breathing. So really, while I'm focusing on warming up the folds, I've really got to focus a lot more on my breath. And so you can see, even if you were to watch that back, there's certain times where I will stop and take a bigger breath. Not bigger breath, like a better breath, a more thoughtful breath. And that's one of the things I love about this. So, because it helps me consider that. So. Now I'm just going to do a little bit more like this. Right there, I didn't breathe. So you saw me at the end of this stick my hand up at the bottom of the straw, and that's what's really cool because you can feel the air coming out of the straw when you're singing. And that's just a really good check-in for me to make sure that I'm using my air and to test the stream of how the air is coming out, if there's stops within that. I think that so often, especially because a lot of us choir singers warm up in a group setting, we do things so methodical and we don't take our own time. Like each duscent or uscent doesn't have to be with the same speed or the same timing or something like that. It's really being comfortable in singing where you're at and taking the time with where you're at in that as well, and that being okay. And not to be like super cheesy, but it's kind of like a life analogy, right? So your descent or ascent, depending on how you're singing this, is also similar to life. Like yours is going to be different than someone else's, and it's important to take your time with where you're at and where you're singing. And if you feel like you need to work a section a little bit more, you work that section, even if you are always used to warming up by just moving up and moving down, just to do it, right? And the thing in practicing with this way is it really helps me stay in tune a lot more with my body. And you can still hear some of the graveliness in my voice, and it's because A, I'm speaking a little softly, but B, I'm not breathing as well as I could be. C, I haven't done this a lot more today, so even though it's only been about 5 minutes, I will continue to do this. And a lot of times as I'm walking to a class or walking somewhere in my car, I'll just stick these in and like sing. Why I chose Tannenbaum or Christmas Tree, I don't know, but and it's just a fun way to sing along with the radio. I can tell a huge difference when I have done this and when I haven't done it. And again, I try to keep these straws with me throughout the day, and I also keep little straw stations everywhere so that if I'm feeling tired, I just pop some straws in and I warm up that way. So I hope that helps. There's a million other resources on the internet with straw phonation, but ever since I've integrated this into my daily practice and my daily morning routine, I have seen such better healthiness from my voice. And I think I'm more attuned to my breathing and how I'm breathing when I'm singing and when I'm speaking.